So, it's a light show. I don't have anything over there. I don't think they're doing bad necessarily, but they're overly restrictive. Like, if you look at the Ontario, which is the mass population dense state compared to BC and Quebec. Actually, I don't know the population of Quebec, but I know Ontario has like a huge population, and they're the majority of NCRB. But they don't recidivism. They don't recidivize? They don't have high recidivism rates. The majority of the recidivism rates that are so low come from Ontario. But we have a more restrictive province. There was a guy here. I had the same psychiatrist that I had and that other people had. And they have a reputation. She had a patient, Chris Kenziar. Good guy. He funnily enough, he literally hit this like sexual predator. And this is fucking, he's low functioning, this guy. This patient, low functioning. He's obviously not that low functioning, but he got to the States. He absconded, got to the States, and then I don't know what the fuck he did, but he ended up in a state hospital in Oregon, and he wouldn't tell anybody his identity. And then one day he told them, he's like, "Yeah, I'm this so and so," and so they shipped him back up to Canada, and he's been here ever since. But anyway, Chris Kenziar punched this other patient. Like, he pushed him over, pushed him down, and then fucking clocked him in the face. And Rod, amusingly, old guy, good guy, also does his job extremely well. Like, I honor, I mean, I don't honor him, but I respect him. He had jumped in front of, between Chris and the patient, and I was like, damn. And every time a fight breaks out in the unit, everyone just looks, like nobody does anything, except for this, not even some, they're like, I've seen 2 staff members do something. One was a girl, the other was Rod, and it's like, and they just wait until the security officers get there, services officers, forensic services officers, like I said. So what I'm trying to say is, oh, and why he punched him, because Chris was trying to go to the side room, like seclusion, which is basically just a jail cell, very austere. And the nurse, there's so much shit that goes on here. This is so fucking weird. The nurse is like, "No, I can't send you to the side room." And then Chris is like, "What the fuck? Like, why the fuck not?" So, like, 5 minutes later, he pushes the other patient and just fucking clocks him in the face. Could have been completely avoided, but the nurse was like, "No, I can't put you in the side room." And this is a common theme. You have to actually kill somebody to get treatment. Is how it goes in the mental health right now. Like, you have to literally punch somebody in the face to go to the side room. And so he gets moved units, Chris Kenziar does, and he doesn't have access to grounds and shit like that, so he gets the transfer to Ontario, goes to St. Paul's or whatever. First review board with his new psychiatrist, absolute discharge. He had literally just hit somebody in the past half year inside a hospital, and he gets an absolute discharge. Fucking, like, And the BC Review Board is like, yeah, Blair, he could have unescorted access to the community. He can go out on day leaves. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. This would be the 4th stabbing. And there's another guy. The patient who used drugs for months straight. He even said that Blair had some funny business going on before he went and did it. It's complete incompetence by the staff. But don't let the review board hear you say that. Because they will target you. They will be like, oh, treatment incompliant. Treatment non-compliant. Fucking anti-establishment. Anti-authority. They will label you pejoratively and use it against you when you point out an error, like the review board allowing Blair to commit his 4th offense, stabbing offense. They knew about the other ones. The public might not know about them, but this is the 4th time he's stabbed somebody. And granted, the 2nd and 3rd were like, one of them was pretty minor. But I believe he was on a conditional at one point, and then they put him back in the hospital because he tried to stab somebody. That might not be true. I don't actually know his case that well, but I know it's the 4th time. Bob Rich even pointed it out. The police commissioner. So, and Michael Palmer, like, they found him fit to stand trial. He pleads not guilty, and they're like, what? So the judge sends him to a unfit to stand trial assessment, and the review board has to reopen his case. Like, how does that make any sense? You could throw blame to patients all you want, but at the end of the day, technically not responsible. We don't know what we're doing. Like, I thought I was saving the world. And I knew it was legally wrong. But I morally thought it was right. Like, I thought I was in the moral clear because I thought I was going to win the court case. So I don't, like, there's a lot of fucking weird shit that goes on in NCR, including the staff, especially the staff. Like I just fucking, it's such a crazy place. And even the design of FPH is just fucking, the maximum security units, Ashworth, is literally an afterthought. It was after the hospital was built that they put that in. Like, hey, maybe there's going to be some people who literally are too crazy to actually function, and we'll just go around stabbing people. Bill Lepine, for instance. He kept punching people, then they sent him to A2. Because he just freaks out at people. Especially Charles. Charles Isaac. Now that's a funny case. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's fucking pizza. I like Charles, but he is a lot to deal with because he is the craziest guy in the hospital on the outer units. Apparently Regan, I didn't think he was that crazy when I met him on A2. Big time drug addict though. He's fucking, he just starts talking. I saw him yesterday. But, Charles Isaac, he's a good guy. He doesn't really know what the fuck he's doing. He's so unaware. Which is sad. But Alan Schoenborn won't die in FPH. He'll die outside of it. He's actually gearing up to leave within the next half year. Probably. He's had his order, his disposition say that he could leave to the cottages for like 5 years at least. Like, he's had it for a long time. It's visit leaves, 28-day unescorted access to the community is the disposition order. I don't even know why I'm like informing. It's kind of necessary. It's fun. It's like posterity. Let me find my text. There are some people in this world who just who just do you no good and actually do you harm. Sorry, commercial break. People, there's no good thinking about them, but potentially you could flip it and be like, what was the positive? Reframing. It's a good thing to do. Look at that fucking... Look at that star. Ugh. I'm fat. I'm fat. It's the fat dance. True. I was reading Confucius today, and he said, the master said, something about not being known is not the problem. It's not being worthy enough to be known. I fucking butchered that, but I should get back into reading theology or religious scriptures. Because I fucking love it. Like, it's so fascinating to me to read these people and these things that they say, these stories, these allegories, these fables, these tales. It's so neat. And I'm a fucking nobody. That's the best part, is I get it all while I'm just not known, so I live my life. And I have this kind of weird perspective where it's kind of like, haha, like kind of spiteful when it comes to dating for whatever reason. And maybe because I'm bitter. It's obviously because I'm bitter, but that's neat. I don't hold that for anywhere else. I just kind of like... just kind of like... humble. I'm the most humble man on the planet. Very true. This is true. God, I have some good hot pot today. really loud. I should have a smoke. Psych! I don't smoke. See me living off a cigarette. Psych! I don't smoke. That was so bad. Michael Jackson was so good at his art. He named his title, he named his album something bad. If you're starting off music and you name yourself Steaming Pile of Shit, nobody's gonna listen to you. Just like me, actually. Fucking nobody's gonna listen to you. Full-time drug addict. That's giggles. It's giggles. It's fucking giggles, mate. I feel like we're attenuating the pleasure gained. I just don't really have much to say right now. I do that face. I do repetitive faces. I'm a man of repetition. That might not be true from what I've heard. Where go? Oh shucks. Is that cop car? What is he doing? I wonder if I don't see many normal cop cars anymore. I just see the stealth vehicle. I guess it catches more people. Here it comes. Oh, man, it looks blue to me. Whatever. Life is so fucking cool, bro. I'm having signs to not live stream, personally. And I disobey them. Bomba socks. Spotify. Dot the I. Where's that fence? Look at that, it's disastrous, bro. I kept fucking picking at it on my paper. there was a quote from Confucius that I read today. And it basically said, home like basically said, I give you 900 measures of grain, but the governor says no, and is like, and the master was like, why wouldn't you distribute it towards all your denizens? And I just thought that was neat. Oh my god, I just went down 4% battery life. Oh, it's gonna die. Okay, it was poorly planned. 10%. %. Oh fuck, bro. We're on death's door. We're moribund, as they say. I'm on strong. My friend brought everyone forgot. Oh my god, the cell signal is so bad. See if it gets better by looking up this hill. Oh yeah, that's good. So he says that everyone has an innate desire to look for God, and some people come up believing in God, others come up agnostic, and others yet come up as atheists. It will actually defy religion. So, even if you are atheist, you still have to come to the conclusion that there is no God, because you went looking for evidence, and that evidence you found wanting. Fucking shit I'm done. Yeah, it is. Oh. Oh, fuck it. That's fine. Oh, it's really fucking workout. Why did I do this? It's the pleasure zone has been wearing off. Like, or maybe it's just I have nothing to talk about, or maybe it's the mood that I set, because I felt good talking about it before, and I was just bashing the review part. Which I should, to be honest, because fucking nobody does. Like, if just the review board didn't think that he should have unescorted access to the community, then that wouldn't have happened. Like, if they just made the decision to not allow him, like they did now. Like, now he's not allowed, but they could have prevented it if they did their due diligence. But they don't. Let me explain to you what the review board is. So it's 3 members. A chairperson, selected out of 10 people. A psychiatrist, community psychiatrist, they selected out of 10 people. Some of them are actually ex-forensic psychiatrists who worked at FEH. And just various members of the public. It's not really fair to say public, because there's like social workers who worked, or social workers who worked with people in the system, which is kind of like a betrayal, eh? But, and there's also people who work at FDH. There's a person that I'm thinking of who, I knew who he was when he worked at FDH, but other than that, I don't really know who he is. I don't even know what he did. So there's 10 people in each pool. So you have 3 people. So 10 factorial, 10 factorial, 10 times 10 times 10. There's 1,000 people. There's 1,000 combinations, rather. 1,000 combinations of people. And so you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting the same review board. Exactly the same review board. After you have them. Like, say you have the first position of the psychiatrist, the first position of the chair, and the first position of the whatever that third category is. And so you have these 3 people, they sit down with you for about 3 hours and then come to the decision determining your future. Like, it's like intentionally, so they just do not who makes recommendations as to what your future situation looks like. So there's conditional discharge, which is go on a conditional absolute discharge, which is you're free to go, and custody order in 2 types. Broad custody order, meaning day leaves, visit leaves. And visit leaves are, apparently I can't see it. Visit leaves are 28 days in the community, and then you refresh it using a PCM, which is a patient care meeting. It's fucking ironic that they call it that. And you can do it remotely, or you come to FEH if you're at the cottages. And cottages, they're asbestos-filled, old-ass houses that they had to renovate because they were so fucking poor condition. And they're up at Riverview, where the old crazies used to work. Or used to live. Now they live here. And so basically, yeah, and then you're a social worker. It doesn't really say. And yeah, and these the psychiatrist knows you, the social worker knows you. The psychiatrist doesn't fucking know you though. Like, they don't know shit that what happens. They just go off the charts, and the nurses don't know what the fuck happens. Only the patients do. Such fucking damn. Like, the staff have no fucking idea what's going on all the time. Like, there's this one guy who sells smokes, and he's like the smoke kingpin. And they don't know, like, they're not confident that it's him. But they do suspect it because it's been like 7 years, and he's still doing it. Or something like that. Yeah. So, that's not risk adverse. Entirely, I should say. Just 3 people out of like 1,000 different combinations sitting down with you for like 2 to 3 hours every year to determine your next year. Sound fair? But there's no empathy, is there? But it's not a patient, and I should add that it's not patient-centered, like, at all. They like to tout that it's patient-centered. But it's like this thing from God, it's neat though. I have a 98, literally have a 98 IQ. My score is fucking slightly below average. How the fuck? Like, I have like a good grasp of the human language, or the English language. I have a physics degree. Like, understand things and intelligibly communicate them. And yeah, these are all just subjective facts, except the last two. They're kind of, intelligibility is subjective, and understanding is unprovable. What's the word for unprovable? I feel like unprovable is so crass. Big L. Fuck! Big L. Boggle. Huh. Cobb's Dry commercial. They used to do treatment centers get, like, people at treatment centers get treated like so much better than we do. I think some of the bus drivers like legit try and fight. That's the tension. It's all over. Look at my shirt. That's my mallet. It's extremely important to me. Okay, so I used to have another one that looks almost exactly like this, but I had a friend who, a while, just grabbing onto my mallet, and I never told him to stop until one day at the bank window. I was like, bro, if you do that one more time, I'm gonna stomp on your toe. And he still has fucked up toes. Not from me, but just like they're ingrown and they're like decrepit. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. So it was not a good move by me, alluding to what happened. So he grabs my mallet again, so I stomp on his right toe, big toe, and then he grabs onto it again, and then it breaks. I look down and see that it's broken, so I stomp the fuck on his left toe, which was the bad toe. And he like limped after that, and I was fucking screaming at him. I was like, what the fuck? And the staff member, Frank, God bless his soul, survived esophagus cancer. He's just watching me do this. I'm freaking the fuck out. And then he turns on the radio, and I'm like, okay, I gotta calm down. This is gonna blow up if I don't calm the fuck down. And then fucking, I get baited by something, or get egged on by something like that, probably not intentionally, and I start fucking doing it again, and then I look at him again, and he motions for his thing, so I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to the unit. And then I talk to staff, and I'm like, yeah, I totally fucked up, and I apologized. Like, as they were talking to me about it, I was like, fuck, I feel bad. And so I apologized to him. It just came off the review board. It said that it was completely out of character, my doctor said. And it was, because I unless I'm psychotic, I don't really fight people. Or manic or something like that. Even then, I'm not, like, I've punched in less than half of the altercations that I've been in physically. So, Yeah, so yeah, it's what it is. Ain't nothing to it, guess we're right, maybe do it. I got schizophrenia when I was 18, bipolar when I was 17, or my mood disorder kicked in when I was 17. I first heard voices when I was 16. And I tried to live. But I evidently was not capable of it. Fucking Christ, dude. I need to meet Connor at 7:30. Poor Crawley the crawfish. How does fucking Michael Palmer not get NCRD or unfit to stand trial? I guess because they're aiming for unfit to stand trial instead of NCRD. There's an entire unit for mentally damaged. Rick Crawley. Broken heart. Mentally damaged patients. That's gonna be me one day, probably. I don't know how, actually. It's kind of a logical statement. But, you don't really see them because they're locked in the unit the whole life, pretty much. Not the whole life. Some of them get out, but a lot of them don't. And it just smells like piss because they shit and piss everywhere. And they jerk off in front of the TV. Oh yeah. I'm fucking fat, brother. I can't read that. I do not wish for a better world for anyone. I wonder who's out. Why is my thumb sticky? fucking pace. I was trying to think of a joke for pacers being a bunch of people waiting for day leave, a bunch of patients waiting for day leave. The pacers. But it didn't connect. Thankfully so, because that would have been a poor joke if I do say so myself. But for whose benefit is it to ask a child what they want to do when they grow up? Record it and compare the result. I don't know if I'd do that to my child. Because I can't remember what I said, honestly. Probably Master Chief. I probably wanted to be Master Chief from Halo. But I ended up here. My fucking ankle. It's interesting. The vicissitudes of life. The tribulations. Why is there no word for, I guess fortune is the word, good fortune. But like, the opposite of vicissitude. I have only had vicissitudes. Except, now, even then, if you conclude my degree, it's like, I didn't study and I kind of wasted the opportunity. But that's not really happening of somebody else, or of mine. Of somebody else's, yeah. So here I stand outside a mental hospital with life so grand. I was counting the syllables. And what was the other? Outside of... Oh, I'm not doing the syllables for that. But so here I stand outside a mental hospital with life so grand. I made it all possible. So I record it. Because in the off chance that I do just erupt, not erupt, that's a different word. Who knows that word? What a fucking stupid word. You got erupt, E-R-U-P-T. You got erupt, I-R-U-P-T. I feel like it's like useful in like literally typing text is the word I was looking for. Wouldn't that be fucking cool though if I recorded my these kind of events at the hospital and then it was like This is where the delusions of grandeur come in, because I'm actually believing that this is like somewhat plausible. And that's, you know, it's as long as it doesn't harm anybody, I don't see the problem with it. Oh shit, that's Joey. Joey's a good guy. Nujabes signs. Do they not see the signs? Do they not see the signs? Impossible, impossible hospital. What else rhymes with hospital? Hospital. Hospital. I should match the syllables. Here I stand. Wait, what was it? So here I stand outside a mental hospital with life so grand. Hold on, let me actually, I have to use fingers to count because I'm not very good at poetry. Fucking ad. Ah! That's Ozempic. Ozempic fucks your shit up apparently, permanently. That's what I've heard. From the journal $1 trillion shot. So here I stand outside a mental hospital with 8 syllables. Life so grand. Thus made it all possible. It's close enough. Oh, I wonder. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. If I say what's to become a prophet, would the necessity be on the posterity recordings? That's a neat thought. I can't answer that though. It just motivates me to do the same thing, or perhaps the controverse. Converse. I don't actually know the difference in those words. I used it in my real analysis class, so I didn't really understand it. Text my mother. I sent her the picture of the average NCRMD patient by ChatGPT, the depiction. And it's just like it's like a dude sitting in a chair with like decent clothing. And that's pretty much accurate. Like, not a lot of these people are like that crazy. They get crazy. And that's when they're dangerous. Sometimes, not usually though. Usually people just get psychotic and that's it, or do drugs and they're stuck in the system. God damn, that delusion of grandeur. Out to the manger. Grandeur. Grandeur. It's a J. Or DG in IPA. J. Grandeur. Juror. Grandeur. Grandeur. I entertain myself so easily. I'm live streaming, Mom. If she asks for a live stream, I'm just gonna, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say. I'm probably just gonna tell her how I said that. Why do I do these things? Oh, there's the fence. Oh, you can actually see it really easily. I like the sense is not there for me. Like I can't make sense of that. I'm just gonna take the present tense formation of my message and then change it to present tense general instead of present tense active. Like I am currently writing a book. Doesn't mean you're literally writing a book right now, but there has two meanings because the language is ambiguous. If we didn't have ambiguous language, I think it'd be a lot more boring. Because you could say like cock, and then you're just like, yeah, I meant penis, haha. Are you live streaming? Like downloading Spotify. And looking up NCRMD cases just for fun. I know there's oh god, that guy's such a character. The arsonists are just big time characters, honestly. The arsonists that are here, like there's 4 of us that I know, including myself. And like I'm a character, or so I've been told. A big time character. And the other guys are just big time characters too. One of them's autistic. Oh, Joseph. Alright, there's another guy who's also kind of a character. He's also just, oh my god. He gets out of the system really fast, but not like absolute discharge. He gets out of the hospital really fast. He did some bad shit. Not necessarily like, it was an accident, but he killed at least one person in a car accident. And then got sent back to the hospital for it. This is such a neat little device that you could live stream. There should be AI. I was thinking about this today. There should be like AI detective police where there are resources put into fighting contraband videos and pictures of AI generated content. And I'm not talking like porn. I'm talking... That was a good example. Like slander. And like... like fake content, like literally lies. Like say you take some random fucking catfishing. Catfishing, there's a why is there not a section about that? Like, I follow girls on Instagram, and my friend sees them on dating apps. And I've actually followed a girl who has like 2,000, maybe 3,000, I don't know, something. King Liz. And I see her on this dating app, or connection app, I should say, under the name Mamamoo. And I was like, there's no way that's real. And it's an old picture off her Instagram, too. But, like, you just have to teach. Honestly, the fight would be just teaching people how to critically think. Like, not taking everything as just true. Well, that's a hard thing, because when you're brought up by your parents where everything is true, except for maybe a few minor lies to keep you in line, or just withholding information, it's not in the scope of this argument, but it's technically a lie. You're brought up to believe that what you're told is true, just based on your environment. Like, I'm sure one can recall memories of elementary school or primary school, or whatever you want to call it, where you believed something that was not true. And even today, you might believe something that's just not true. But there's more arguments against it being true that you can muster. At least logically is how I like to think of the world. Not necessarily the most accurate purview. I should get in soon. I've got to get going in like 12 minutes. That's a big rock. Dude, I should throw rocks onto the ground so that people like A3 guys can pick them up and hit somebody in the head with them. I stuck a cap gun into the hospital. That's fucking funny. That's funny to me. I was gonna give it to a guy who really wants to, he imagines guns. I was talking about him the other day, actually. But I didn't do it because I don't want to get in trouble. Like, it would fuck up my discharge. Like, who the fuck just sneaks in a cap gun to the hospital? This strikes me as a bit weird. God, I get so shy, which is ironic because I'm like never shy, except around girls. And that's not really anything anymore. Holy fuck. That's fucking cool. Oh, fuck. I've been streaming for an hour and 3 minutes. Turkish. A lot to think about. A lot to think about. Last time I was at FEH in 2019, I was in the bathroom in the shower. And I was like, Why doesn't Twitch have multiple chat rooms per channel? And I was like, later on, I was like, well, it's because it kind of detaches. Like, there's the exclusive member or subscriber chat room. Oh, shit. But it like, because it's a motivation to subscribe, which would make Twitch more money. Which is always hot pot stuck in my mouth. Honestly, if you look at a business, you just think of it in terms of profit, and you've got the logical, accurate answer. I used to sell smokes here. And I used to intentionally cut my profits so that everybody had smokes. Like I was selling $5 a cigarette. And now they're going for like 20. And I would cut people's debts off like $30, something like that. Charles actually had a problem because I would put one on my list, my debt list, and then you would not remember it, so I started counting it out and it got up to like 135, and I was like, hey, is that good? It gave me 135, and then I ended up cutting it like a lot. But I got my first $100 bill from them. And then the staff found it because you're only allowed to have $100 on you at a time. So that was good. But I lied and said that I saved up money from when I got down north. I had $700. And then they started spuriously claiming things. And I was like, it's some specious bullshit. I didn't say that because I didn't know the word specious, but it's just like, it's just like so unnecessary to fucking accuse somebody of doing something they're not going to do. Well, we couldn't have known that, then why the fuck? Like, you couldn't have known it anyway. Like, you're just throwing these claims out to try and damage somebody's reputation. Fucking venting. Okay, bye.